Bing ding 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 ding. Teabag. So probably one of the best pranks that I've ever pulled would be when I convinced one of my roommates that she had chlamydia. The story unravels like this. So it was my half of my first year, going into my second year of college, and this particular roommate was moving away from home for the first time. She grew up in a very sheltered Asian family, so she had not experienced a lot of the world. And she was moving to San Francisco, and naturally her two new roommates were raging homos with little respect for boundaries, and chaos ensued. We kind of, got her out of her shell. She was doing things she never thought she would do before. And this is probably, I don't know, maybe seven months into us living with one another. And so she was relatively out of her shell. She was doing college. She was doing freshman year of college. And she ended up sleeping with one of my best friends. And Casey and I saw this as a golden opportunity to play a prank on her. So she had slept with, we'll call him George. We'll change his name to George. She slept with one of my best friends, George. We told her that George had chlamydia and that she should probably get checked because chlamydia is an STD. We were just, hanging out in the apartment, and I asked her, I was like, hey, did George tell you that he actually has chlamydia? And this is probably the best part of the story. What's chlamydia? She didn't know what chlamydia was! And so, of course, Casey and I, we were like, oh, gosh. Like, we were just on this mental level, like, this is gonna be so good. So we're like, oh, that's an STD. You don't know what chlamydia is? How do you get to 19 and not know what chlamydia is? Anyways, this is really hot. She gets online, she's like Googling what chlamydia is, and we're telling her, oh, it's okay, you just take a pill, it's gone. And then being the assholes that we are, we start clapping around the apartment whenever we're around her. So she's freaking out on the internet, researching chlamydia, where to get tested for chlamydia, and how it would work with her health insurance, and she's freaking out because she's gonna have to tell her parents. And so Casey and I just, were like, we gotta keep running with this joke. So the afternoon goes by, and we were in the kitchen, it was right by the front door. And she was like talking about, and she was researching how to get to, I think it was Planned Parenthood or something like that. And all of a sudden she just backs against the door and she just starts breaking down crying. And at that point, I knew we had taken the joke too far, and we busted up laughing and told her that we were, just kidding. And she punched Casey, she didn't punch me, which is good. He probably deserved it for other reasons. Oh, and then this is actually just a cherry on the top of the whole thing. So, in her freak out, crazy mode, Kiki decides to text George and say, I can't believe I have chlamydia. I don't know what the actual text message said, but whatever it was, it motivated George to text message all of the girls that he had slept with in the past, I think it was like in the 2 weeks since they had slept with one another. And back then he was quite the ladies' man, and so he texted all the girls, I think it was like 2 other people that he had had sex with, and told them that they needed to get checked for chlamydia. So it was just this like chain reaction of people freaking out that they might have chlamydia. I mean, it was gold. It was comedy gold. That was not the first prank or the last one that we played on Kiki. She was just so gullible, it was an easy target. Good for some laughs. Probably why she deleted me off of Facebook, but she does follow me on Instagram. Oh gosh, good times. Motherfucker, that's hot. Ew, I just spit in my tea. Man, I know it's so mean that she was breaking down crying because she thought she was gonna have to tell her parents she got an STD. Gosh. It is forever ingrained in my memory. I couldn't even finish this tea because it was so hot.